All right, what's up, guys? Vivi back with another video, another spoiler video, by the way. I think this will be the last OP12 spoiler video before the set's officially released and everything like that, because I believe this weekend, at the time of me recording this video, I believe this weekend will be the pre-release for OP12 in the East. Someone help me out in the comment section below if I'm off on that, but it's going to be coming out here very soon. It is right around the corner. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Let's get straight into it. We're going to be going over 15 new cards today. I will have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant links and stuff like that in the comment section below. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link is in the channel description. Now, let's do this, guys. Let's get into it. Quite a few new cards to go over today. A lot of pretty cool, pretty interesting new cards to go over. All right, so first up, we have Ipponmatsu. This is a 3-cost, 0-power, 1K counter, East Blue character. It's a green character, and it has blocker. And if your leader has the slash attribute and you have 6 or more rested Dawn, this character cannot be rested by your opponent's effects. So that is a condition that we have seen before in green, where you have to have a certain amount of rested cards on the board. And like I believe it's Neko Mamushi. There's like a 5-cost 6K Neko Mamushi that has conditional rush if your opponent has, I think it's seven or more rested cards on the board. I do like when it's rested cards. Now, I understand with this effect, you know, you get to control how much rested Dawn you have with your own decisions for the turn, whereas Neko Mamushi has it where, you know, it's kind of like a sneak attack on your opponent. If they had 7 or more rested cards, then he gets rush, right? I believe that's how it works. I can't remember. Whatever the case is, I like it better when it is rested cards altogether. Now, I understand they do this kind of stuff for balance purposes, unless there's some type of mistranslation. But this is not a bad effect. Like, do not misunderstand me. This is definitely not a bad effect here. If your leader has the slash attribute, so you know clearly. You know, and this is in OP12, it's very much meant for Zoro. And then it says, so if your leader has the slash attribute and you have 6 or more rested Dawn, this character cannot be rested by your opponent's effects, and it has blocker. So you should be able to easily make it where this character cannot be rested. And, you know, honestly, this is going to be pretty decent into, like, green mirror matches or even green or purple matchups, because there's a lot of resting going on in those decks. Like, purple has, of course, purple has Uso Hachi, and green has cards like Hody Jones that can just rest your blockers and just, you know, walk right past you. But this card says, okay, well, if I have 6 or more rested Dawn, this character's not going to be rested. So that's actually very solid. Good card overall. Nothing special, but really not bad. A 3-cost blocker, you know, and it has a 1K counter. No real downside, but I also don't think it's like this insanely busted card. It's just a nice utility blocker. Maybe you run 2 or 3 of these in your deck for later on in the game. We'll have to see how it goes. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Okay, next up we have, let's see if I say this name properly here, Gyukimaru. Hopefully I was close enough. We have a 4-cost, 5,000 power slash character with animal and land of Wano type. And it does have a 1K counter. It doesn't say 1K counter in the description, but this card does have a 1K counter on it. And it says, if this character is active, it cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. And then when attacking, if your total number of attached Dawn is 3 or greater, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 6 or less. And this card's not leader locked or anything like that. Like, this is, you know, just a completely open card. You can run this in whatever green deck you want to. Yeah, this is a solid card here. I will say this card's actually very solid. The typing is Land of Wano. It's also animal typing. That's kind of weird. Maybe there's some type of lore explanation for that. I have no idea. But it is Land of Wano in green, so, you know, that's not irrelevant. And it's a slash character as well, so that'll be searchable for anything to do with Zoro. And if this character is active, it cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. That is really, really good. As far as, like, well, I mean, okay, it depends, right? It depends on what deck you're going against, but any deck that's running some form of KO, that is a really solid effect there. It's going to allow you to play this out, and you know it's going to be safe against decks that run that form of removal. It's like, okay, when I play this card out, I am going to at least get to attack that one time with it against decks that have KO as a form of removal. Yeah, blue will still be able to bounce it. Blue will still be able to bottom deck it. Green and purple can rest it down, of course, and attack into it. But still, it's nice to have that extra form of protection or evasion built into the card. And then the when attacking effect is actually very good as well. When attacking, if your total number of attached Dawn is 3 or greater. This is something that I have not noticed until OP12. Has this, like, condition been on cards in the past in this game? Because we saw this as well with another 4-cost card with the 4-cost Luffy from OP12, where it's looking for attached Dawn anywhere. The same thing with this card. If the translation is correct, it's saying when attacking, if your total number of attached Dawn is 3 or greater, you can rest up to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 6 or lower, and that's when attacking. Solid. I mean, this is a really good card here. And I can't tell for sure. Let me see if I can zoom in some. Guys, it looks like it's just a common. I can't quite tell because it's the resolution's not quite high enough the way we're seeing it right now. But it looks like it's just a common. And if that's the case, this is a really solid card for being that rarity. Good stuff. Okay, next up we have Sakazuki. Very cool looking picture. A picture that was so cool, in fact, we had to use it for the thumbnail for today's video. But we have Sakazuki here. This is a 7-cost, 8,000 power Navy character. Blue, of course. This is meant for Kuzan. Check out what it does. On play, if your leader has the Navy trait, draw 2 cards. On play, leader's Navy, draw 2 cards. We'll take that every single time. And then activate main. It says 1T. Is that once per turn, maybe? Because I see a pink box. I think that usually, denotes, this is a once per turn effect. Activate main 1T. You can discard 1 card from your hand and then give up to 1 rested Dawn to one of your leader or characters. Guys, that is so good in Kuzan, I have to say. I mean, you can run this card in any, Blue Navy leader, going forward. I guess even like the promo Blue-Black Sakazuki. I don't know how good that's going to be, but it is an option. I'm just saying it is an option. But man, this effect in Kuzan is nuts, guys. On play, you just drop this down, you draw 2 cards. So a 7-cost 8K, draw 2 right away. That's already good enough to play, guys. It does not have a counter, but that's already good enough to play, like out of the box, right? But then it also has activate main. You can discard 1 card from your hand. It says activate, it's activate main. I think it's once per turn. I think that's what that 1T stands for. Activate main once per turn. You can discard 1 card from your hand and then give up to 1 rested Dawn to one of your leaders or characters. Yeah, and think about that, guys. That's a cycle in Kuzan. So it's like this card comes into play. It's basically a draw 3, trash 1. It's a draw 2, trash 1, draw 1. And then also, give a rested Dawn card to one of your leaders or characters. Really, I'm a really big fan of this card. Really good stuff here. And like I said, that art is just awesome. Okay, next up we have Concasser. This is a 1-cost blue event, Sky Island, and Straw Hat Crew. A blue Sky Island card, guys. Interesting. Okay. I'm listening. It's also Straw Hat Crew. And it has main. If your leader is Sanji, draw 1 card. Okay, the Sky Island thing is no longer as relevant to me. Who knows? I have no idea. I guess they did that for whatever reason. Who knows? Maybe there will be a blue Sky Island Sanji leader in the future. Who knows? But anyway, this is so the main is if your leader is Sanji, draw a card. That goes perfectly with the blue-purple Sanji leader effect from OP12. And it has counter if you have 4 or more events in your trash. Give up to one of your leaders plus 4,000 power during this battle. Okay, I like when the events have counter built in like this, but I like it a lot better when I can defend leaders and characters. And I have to say, I do not think this card was too strong to be able to defend characters and leaders. Because, I mean, Radical Beam kind of can already do that, and I feel like Radical Beam's condition is harder to meet than this one is. Not to say it's hard to meet. I'm just saying that, like, counter, if you have 4 or more events in your trash, like you're going to build that into a deck that's going to run this card where you have a lot of events in trash. It's in blue, so it shouldn't be that hard. We're talking, Red Rock, Grav Blade, Sanji's Pull Off, anything like that. And it could be any other color event as well. It's not checking for blue event cards. It's just any event cards in your trash. And if you have 4 or more of them, then you can give up to one of your leaders plus 4,000 power during this battle. I really wish that said give up to one of your leaders or characters plus 4,000 power during this battle, because the activate main, the main effect is actually very, very limited. You know, if your leader is Sanji, draw 1 card. I don't know. I don't feel like this would be busted. That's all I'm trying to say, is I don't think this card would be broken if this was actually a counter that could hit at leaders and characters. Everything else is actually fine. The fact that the main is, it's basically pay 1, draw a card for the main, and then with your leader effect on blue purple Sanji, you'll be able to do another effect off the Dawn that you just used up, right? Because, like, let's just imagine you start your turn off as blue purple Sanji by playing this card out to draw a card with the main, right? So, okay, that goes to your trash. It's filling up events in your trash for later. And then you can use your leader's effect to return 1 Dawn card, like the Dawn card you just used, to play out another, a Straw Hat event, I believe, that costs 3 or less for free with your leader's effect just by going Dawn -1. So it does allow for some really good setup options for blue-purple Sanji. It's just, like I said, I feel like that counter, it's so odd to me, because usually the 1 cost counter, they're usually 3K counters, right? It's usually like this 1 cost 3K leader counter utility event, but this one's a 1 cost 4K. So maybe that's what makes it a little bit better, because the main effect is so, so basic. I have no idea. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comments section below. It's still a very solid effect, because this is the strongest 1 cost event we've seen so far of the utility-based events like what we've seen in the past, like Divine Departure. That's a 1 cost that only has a 3K counter for your leader. This is a 1 cost that has a 4K counter for your leader, but it has the extra condition of having to have 4 or more cards in your trash. And I think because of that, see, now that's what I'm trying to say, is like when you look at Divine Departure, when you look at the other ones, I can't think of the other ones off the top of my head. I think there's, goodness gracious, I can't think of the other ones' names off the top of my head. I think there's also a Red Hawk one now for yellow. I think green has, one of those, I think it's Dead Man's Game or something like that. There's a bunch of different events now that are like 1 cost, and they're a 3K counter to your leader alone, and then they have another effect built in, right? But this one, it's not just a 1 cost 4K counter to your leader. You can't even use the effect until later in the game, which is not bad, but it is still a condition that we have to take into consideration, right? It's still one of those things where it's like, okay, it is still a limiting factor, where say we didn't get a very good pull, with our counters and whatnot, or excuse me, with our events and whatnot. I don't know. I'm probably thinking too much about it. I still think this is a good card. Do not misunderstand me, guys. It's a 1 cost 4K counter for our leader. I'm just saying I would have much rather preferred it had been a 1 cost 3K counter that can protect my leaders and my characters. And I know it's on theme with the new utility events. I'm just saying it would have been nice for this one, since this one actually has a condition built into it. All right, on that there. I'm just kind of rambling. Y'all bear with me. Okay, still a great card. All right, next up we have Charlotte Pudding here. We got a 1 cost, 2,000 power, 1K counter, Big Mom Pirates type character. Check this one out, guys. It's a searcher, but it's a little bit different. We got an on play. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 Sanji or an event card and add it to your hand. Okay? Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. This seems like it will be really, really awesome for the blue-purple Sanji leader, because you can search up whatever events you need or a Sanji. That's awesome. Right on theme. Sanji's getting his own personal searcher here. And looking at the last card we just saw, the Concasser, it looks like Sanji's going to have some really, really strong utility searchability. Cannot wait to mess around with that leader. Okay, not going to spend too much time on this searcher. Really good stuff here. Again, it looks like blue-purple Sanji's really coming together. It's getting a lot of pretty solid support out of the gate. Right out of the gate. Okay, next up we got Sengoku. This is a 3 cost, 3,000 power, 1K counter Navy character. With on play, you may discard 1 card from your hand, and then look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 2 Navy-type cards other than Sengoku and add them to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Guys, this is awesome. This card is awesome. I really, really like this card. Kuzan is getting some really good support. I feel like Bandai, I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section below what y'all think about this. OP12 looks like an absolute banger of a set. I cannot wait to play OP12. Can we just skip OP11 and go straight to OP12? Bandai, are you listening? Bandai, are you listening? I need you to, I think I need you guys to catch us up right now. Man, I'm just so jealous you know, of them over in the East. Hopefully, Batsu and his team that run the sim, hopefully they can catch us up as quickly as possible. I know they're working on that. But yeah, the OP12 just looks so amazing to me, guys. This card, on play, let's break this down. It's a 3-cost, 3,000 power, 1k counter character for Navy. That's not even bad. Like, that's not even bad stats for what it does. Attach 2 Dawn, you're swinging for 5. But check this out, guys. On play, discard a card, okay? Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 2 Navy-type cards other than Sengoku and add them to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to, on play, discard 1 card from your hand, and you're going to do the top 5 search to get 2 Navy cards, and then after that effect resolves, you're going to use your leader effect and draw a card as well, because you discarded a card from your Navy effect. That is crazy. I mean, someone help me out if I'm misunderstanding that, or if I misread it, or if there's a mistranslation. Help me out, guys, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works, and that seems really, really good in Kuzan. Getting very excited about this new leader, guys. I really want to try it. But this card, outstanding, and it has a 1k counter. That is crazy, guys. This card is so good. Cannot wait to mess with this. Next up, we got Jory Bonney. Okay, we got a 3-cost yellow supernova character here. Check it out. Very cool looking picture, by the way. Check out that picture. How awesome is that? We got a 3-cost, 1,000 power, 1k counter, supernova Bonney Pirates character here. With an activate main, you may rest this character. One of your supernova type leaders gains power plus 1,000, gains plus 1,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. And then trigger, if your leader has the supernova type, play this card. Okay. So it's an interesting effect, right? The trigger is actually just very good. If they attack in, you get this character into play if your leader's a supernova. So immediately I'm thinking green, yellow, Trafalgar Law. That's where my mind goes immediately with this card. I guess this could even go in... Hang on a second. I didn't actually consider this for something like Eustace Kid. But that works. Hang on. You may rest this character. One of your supernova type leaders gains plus 1,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. And then you can stand it up, right? Because Eustace Kid can stand up a character at the end of your turn with the leader effect if you have a life card that's face down. Okay, and then if your leader has supernova, you can just play the card for free. Okay, I'm actually a big fan of this card. This is actually really nice in Eustace Kid, and I think this is probably not going to be terrible in something like Green Yellow Trafalgar Law, because you can set this into your life with your 7-cost Trafalgar Laws in either of the decks we just mentioned, and then it's going to trigger straight into play. And it's also kind of even interesting, the more I'm thinking about this, hang on, this could even be interesting in Black Yellow Luffy, Yellow Black, Black Yellow, whatever, Luffy. Because it's more power buffing. Did they want to attack into this card? Sure, that's fine, whatever. It has a trigger to come into play. I'm not saying it will go in Black Yellow Luffy. That's probably the least likely, place it will end up. But still, this is a very interesting card, and the more I think about it, and the more I read it, the better I think it is. Because I think, first of all, like I said, at first I was thinking Green Yellow Trafalgar Law, but now I'm thinking Yellow Eustace Kid. This card's incredible. I'm thinking this card is absolutely incredible in Yellow Eustace Kid, guys, because you play this out on 3 Dawn, buff your leader plus 1,000, and now you also get to stand it up as a blocker. Yeah, that seems very, very good. That seems very, very good to me. And then trigger, if your leader has supernova, play the card. Yeah, no downside, has a 1k counter. It is a very low power character, but it's meant to... So notice how it's a 3-cost 1,000 power character. It's almost like you're giving that 1,000 power from this character to your leader, though, right? Because you're activate main, you're resting the character to give your leader the plus 1,000, and that's going to be until your next end phase. So yeah, this card is solid, guys. This card is really solid. I cannot wait to mess around with this card in Yellow Eustace Kid. Wow. Yeah, because then it's basically like a Brûlée that buffed your leader by 1,000, and you could just keep doing that every turn. Think about that, guys. If you take 1 life every turn, or if you have ways to set your life face down, you can just every single turn buff your Eustace Kid with this effect here, and then stand up the Bonney at the end of your turn and give it a blocker and do it again next turn. Yeah, big fan of this card. Really good stuff. All right, next up we have Vinsmoke Sora, a purple 1-cost 0 power 2k counter. It is Germa Kingdom and Vinsmoke family, of course, with on play if your leader is Sanji. Okay, so this is Sanji specific here. If your leader is Sanji and the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to or less than your opponent's, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. Or so basically add a rested Dawn, and then draw 1 card. So that's... okay, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty solid. It's a 2K counter at the end of the day, and then you can, for 1 Dawn... oh, this is actually really nice, guys, because of the leader effect. Because the blue-purple Sanji leader, his effect is Dawn -1, and then play out a 3-cost or lower Straw Hat event for free. Like, just activate it for free. So a card like this is going to be able to help you catch up with Dawn if you start falling behind from using too many Dawn minus effects. It'll allow you to catch up with Dawn and draw a card. And now you have a Dawn rested, so you did a 1 card. You paid 1 to cycle out a card, and now you get to do another effect on top of that, potentially, with your leader's effect. This card seems really good. I'm a big fan of this card, and it's a 2K counter. I don't know for sure if it will find its way into the deck. We'll have to see how they're building. You know, we'll have to see how Blue-Purple Sanji ends up getting built. But I could imagine this card fitting in there just fine. It seems very good. What do you guys think about this one? Please, guys, tell me what y'all think about these cards in the comment section below. I love hearing your guys' ideas about these. Okay, next up we have Bello Betty. This is a 3-cost, 4,000 power character with a 2K counter. Okay, I'm listening. Revo Army, of course. When attacking, mill the top 2 cards of your deck and then choose one of your opponent's characters. They get -2 cost for the turn. Wow, okay. Hang on. Let me process this. I would almost rather, hear me out. I'm not trying to complain or anything like that. This card seems very solid. I like how it says mill the top 2 cards of your deck. Yeah, trash the top 2 seems good. But here's the thing. I feel like I would almost rather this card buff one of my characters instead. Because, okay, I'm trying to consider how this will run in something like Black-Yellow Koala, which is what, you know, in OP12, that's where this card comes from, is from OP12. And I'm trying to think, like, I feel like in Black-Yellow Koala, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of cost reduction going on. It's more about, like, no, I just want to have, like, a really, really powerful board and just keep my characters alive. Whereas this card's trying to minus the cost of my opponent's characters so I can combo it with removal. But what removal will we have? What kind of removal will we have in a deck like Black-Yellow Koala? We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Either way, I think this is still a solid card. It's a searchable 2K counter for Revo Army. It's a card I don't think you're going to mind playing out right on curve. Do they want to waste removal on a 3-cost 4K with no really powerful effect against them? And the answer is probably. They probably still will remove it if they can, just to keep your board clear. But hey, fine. You used it on a card that I could probably get back later with other effects from like Dragon or something if I need it. And the when attacking is not like something your entire game plan is built around. The trashing 2 cards from the top of your deck is nice when attacking. But yeah, other than that, the -2, like I said, we'll have to see what happens. Because there's already a very natural curve within Black-Yellow Koala right now, where I don't think you're going to have time to play this out. But hey, at the end of the day, it is a searchable 2K counter with potential upside. I'm not going to really complain too much about that. Not bad. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section below. What is that -2 cost going to be comboed with? Because okay. Let's try to imagine how we can make this work. Going first, turn 1 Searcher, turn 2 play out this card, turn 3 on 5 Dawn maybe play out. Because I'd want to play out the new 5-cost Karasu, to be honest, because that's an 8-cost character and that helps my leader effect. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not really feeling this card too much, other than the fact that it is a 2K counter with a decent stat line. And if it does start attacking, you do start filling up your trash. So maybe if it's you know, that is the upside is, okay, at least when you attack, you're attacking into your opponent. You know, attach 1 Dawn, swing for 5, and then milling 2 cards from the top of your deck. From the top of your deck seems good. Okay, not too bad. Let's keep going. Okay, Emporio Ivankov. So now we have a 6-cost, 7,000 power, 1K counter character here with Impel Down and Revo Army type. If you have 4 or more event cards in your trash, this character gains Blocker. Okay, so that's, hey, we're going to come back to the on-KO effect. It looks like that's a big thing they're trying to do right now for like a blue-purple synergy. Hang on, where is, here it is, Concasser, or Concasser, however you say this one. if you have 4 or more event cards in your trash. You guys see what's going on here? So it looks like that might be a new blue-purple synergy in the future, is where it's looking for the condition of if you have 4 or more event cards in your trash, do something. And in this case, this character gains blocker. That's very good. A 6-cost 7k blocker with a 1k counter. And on KO, add up to 1 event card from your trash to your hand. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. I like this card. I mean, obviously this is going to be good in OP12's blue-purple Sanji, but I feel like this is going to be good in a lot of decks that run purple. What do you guys, what do y'all think about this card in maybe purple-yellow Crocodile, any purple Straw Hat deck? You know, because you're going to have Gum Gum Giant in there, especially like another deck that comes to mind immediately. I don't know if I have enough room to fit it in the deck, but even something like Purple Luffy or Blue-Purple Croc. Guys, on KO, add up to 1 event card from your trash to your hand. Like, that is not color restricted. So any combination of, like, purple with any combination of colors is just very interesting. Because think about it. If you're running a blue-purple deck, you can get back something like a Red Rock. If you're running a red-purple deck, you can get back... Let me just say this. If you're running any deck with Gum Gum Giant, you can just get that back. If you're running any kind of Straw Hat Crew leader, then you can get back Gum Gum Giant. That automatically makes it worth running. But then, like, if you're running, like, red-purple, what's, like, a really powerful red card? I mean, I guess, like, Rad Beam, potentially... or even Gum Gum Mole Gun, Gum Gum Mole Pistol. You could get that back. In green, you can get back. There's a lot of interesting new cards from green. Like there's the new Dead Man's Game where it's like pay 1 and then tap 3 more, and you can rest down 2 characters or Dawn. I'm sure there's other stuff too, guys. Y'all say the ideas y'all have in the comment section below for stuff you can get back with Imperial Ivankov. But so we went over red, green, blue. It's going to have access to purple, obviously. Black, red and black. There's not a lot of really good black events out there right now, I feel like. But I don't know. Maybe there aren't. I'm just not thinking of them. Like even Shigan Finger Pistol is still like some solid removal you can get back. And then yellow. Yellow's kind of weird now, too, because you can't get Rygo back anymore, but you can get the new yellow 1-cost 3k utility counter for the leader that can bottom deck a 9 or less in some type of purple-yellow supernova deck. Wait, I don't think that exists yet. Yeah, because there's only yellow, like mono-yellow, black-yellow, and green-yellow, right? So black-yellow Luffy and green-yellow Law. So I guess you can't really... I don't know. I'm sure there's a good card in yellow you can get back, even if it's just like El Thor or something like that. We'll have to see. But I guess like in Nico Robin, maybe. In Nico Robin, you can get back something like, you know, Gum Gum Giant. I don't know. Either way, I think this card's really solid. And the condition doesn't seem that hard to meet. If you have 4 or more event cards in your trash, this character gains blocker. Okay. And then on KO, it doesn't even care how many cards you have in your trash. On KO, add up to 1 event card from your trash to your hand. I'm a big fan of this card, guys. This one seems really solid. Okay, next up. Next up, we have Lindbergh. This is a 4-cost, 5,000 power, 1k counter, Minx Revo Army type character. With if your leader has the Revo Army trait, this character costs +4. I think this character gains +4 cost until the end. You know, excuse me. If your leader has the Revo Army trait, this character gains +4 cost. I think that's what it's supposed to translate to. And then on play, draw 1 card and discard 1 card. Okay, this is just a nice, solid utility 4-drop for the new black-yellow koala leader. So, all right, for forward on, you play this card down, you get to draw a card and discard a card, and now it's an 8-cost character for your leader's effect. Outstanding. I don't have a lot to say about this card. This is just an excellent card here. Probably also very good in Red-Black Sabo. But yeah, this card seems very good. Again, this is actually good in any deck running black because it's on play, draw 1 card, trash 1. So, and it's a 4-cost 5k and it has a 1k counter. No real downside to this card. Excellent. Really solid card here. Nothing too crazy though either, just a really solid card. Okay, next up we have Hina. This is a 3-cost, 3,000 power, 2k counter Navy character with activate main. Rest this character and trash 1 card. Okay, so Kuzan, we're going to be drawing a card from this effect. Up to 1 of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 4 or less cannot activate blocker during this turn. Okay, hang on. Activate main, rest this character, trash a card. Up to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 4 or less cannot activate blocker during this turn. So it's a solid utility 2K counter that can draw you cards every turn they don't deal with it. This is actually really good in Kuzan. I don't think this would be good in any other kind of random blue navy deck unless they have something built in with the discard stuff. Like, because you are, I don't know, maybe it's still good in any navy deck that comes out in the future that has blue in it. Because it's a searchable navy 2K counter at the end of the day. It's a 3-cost 3K as well. The stats are fine on it. Activate main, rest this character, and trash 1 card. But in Kuzan in particular, this card's incredible. Because activate main, you're going to rest the character and trash a card and draw a card. You're going to cycle a card out right away. And then up to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 4 or less cannot activate blocker during this turn. So it's going to be a way to get around the smaller blockers. Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad. This is not bad at all. Big fan of this one. I like it. Okay, not too much to say on it. Like I said, it's not super crazy. It's just, you know, it's trying to get around blockers. I don't know why they gave blue that effect. It looks like that's something they're trying to stick with. When they gave it Perfume Femur, I was like, oh man, why are they giving it this kind of effect? That should be something for red. I almost felt like that should have been like a red exclusive type of effect. But hey, they're like, no, blue needs it too. Blue needs it too. Okay, that's all I have to say on that. All right, next up we have Hack. This is a 4-cost, 5,000 power, 1K counter, Fishman, Dressrosa, Revo Army type character, black character here, with if your leader has the Revo Army trait, this character gains blocker and +4 cost. Man, they are giving Revo Army some really, really good support. I'm happy. I'm here for it, guys. I'm glad to see it. Okay, and then it has on KO if your leader has the Revo Army trait. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 4 or less. What? Guys, this is so good. Okay, so 4 costs, 5,000 power, 1K counter. It's Dressrosa and Revo Army. I really like that it's Dressrosa, by the way, because I have been, you know, flirting with the idea, messing with the idea of having the stage in my Koala deck. So I'd be able to attack in right away with this card. Seems good. And then if they want to attack into it and lose one of their characters, hey, be my guest, right? But anyway, if your leader has the Revo Army trait, this character gains blocker and +4 cost. So this ends up being like an 8-cost, 5,000 power blocker with a 1K counter with on KO up to one of your opponent's characters that cost 4 or less. Seems good, guys. This seems really good. Let me read this one more time. If your leader has the Revolutionary Army trait, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with original cost of 4 or less. So now this card is not as open-ended, for example, as the Lindbergh. Lindbergh just has on play, draw a card, trash a card. Now the first part, the first trait there, if you or the first like effect, if your leader has the Revo Army trait, this character has +4 cost. That is of course locked to Revo Army, but even without that, it's a 4-cost 5K with a 1K counter that allows you to draw a card and trash a card. Hack is not quite as good. It has the same, you know, first effect there with the Revo Army trait leader to get +4 cost and blocker. But then even the on KO says if your leader has the Revo Army trait, then you can KO up to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 4 or less. Still a very good card in the deck that it's supposed to be in. And imagine now this one in particular seems very good to me in Red Black Sabo. Because you play this card down, they're not going to be able to remove it very easily. You have a blocker now. It's a 5,000 power body, which is perfect. Has the 1K counter, Revo Army searchable. And then what? If they do finally KO it, if you do finally let them have it from blocking, you can KO one of their characters with an original cost of 4 or less. Seems very good. Okay, next up we have Borsalino. I have already read this card, guys, and it is very solid, I have to say. Check this out. I've already read all these guys, but it's kind of hard to remember all of them. But this one I remember very, very clearly, very vividly, because I really like the effect on this one. We have a 4-cost, 5,000 power blue navy character, of course, with 1K counter. And once per turn, if this character were to be removed by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead choose to trash a card from your hand. You don't say. Okay. Yeah, I guess I will just cycle a card instead of you removing this character. No problem, right, with Kuzan as our leader. And then opponent's turn, if your leader has the Navy type, this character gains blocker and +1,000 power. This card is awesome, guys. So this is essentially a 4-cost, 6,000 power blocker, just like our the other Borsalino, the SR from all the way back in OP02, the SR OP02 Black Borsalino. This is basically a rare version now. I guess that's a good example of how power creep has kind of gotten into the game. You're getting what used to be an SR for a rare now. I don't know. I think this card should probably still be an SR. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of this card. I guess the way they balance it is like, well, yeah, but Borsalino can be played in any deck, and this one has to be a Navy-type deck. Okay, that is fair. Hey, guys, you got me on that one. Completely fair. You changed my mind. Completely fair. But no, this is a really cool card. And that once per turn in Kuzan is going to go crazy. It's like, okay, they try to remove the card the first time. Okay, I'll trash a card, and then I'll draw a new card. Okay, seems good. Now, if they remove it again, whatever, that's fine. And, you know, it took them 2 actual removal effects to get rid of it, and I got to cycle a card in the process. And then, if they can't remove it, on my opponent's turn, and if my leader's Navy, this is a 6,000 power blocker. That makes it a lot easier for me to defend the 7k attacks. Block with this, 2k counter out, seems good. I'm a big fan of this card, guys. And the art looks pretty cool as well. I'm a big fan of the art. But I almost do think they should have made this. I'm going to be honest, guys. I think they should have made this into an SR that did not have the opponent's turn leader locked part. Like, literally everything on this card, I think, should have been the exact same wording as it is right here. But on the opponent's turn, I think it should have not been leader locked, and it just says this card gains blocker and plus 1,000 power, you know, on your opponent's turn. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure they do this kind of stuff for balance reasons. I really like this card, though, and I would run this in... I would probably run a card like this in whatever deck that I could. And again, that's probably why they locked it to Navy. But this does make me want to try out. I mentioned this earlier. I'm sure some people scoffed or laughed or whatever. But imagine, like, in blue-black Sakazuki. I know, the promo Sakazuki. I know, it's a meme. I'm just saying. Imagine in that deck, though, having access to both Kuzans now. Or, excuse me, both. I did not mean to say Kuzan. I meant to say both Borsalinos. Could be a pretty defensive deck. We might have to revisit that sometime soon. Really cool card, guys. What do y'all think about this? Tell me in the comment section below. Okay, last card is going to be Hatchan. We got more Rayleigh support, guys. We got some more Rayleigh support. Check it out. This is a 1-cost, 2,000 power Fishman, former Arlong Pirates type character with a 1k counter. And activate main. You may rest this character and reveal 2 event cards from your hand. And then you may attach 2 rested Dawn cards to one of your Silver's Rayleigh. So, the fact that you cannot attach it to any character really kind of frustrates me. I'm not going to lie. It's fine. You know, putting this on Silver's Rayleigh is fine. You know, you're going to pay 1, tap this card, reveal 2 events, which you're going to do anyway with this deck. And now your Silver's Rayleigh gets 2 extra Dawn to swing with for the turn. I think that's fine. I just, I think it should have been able to attach to anything, though. Like, not just Silver's Rayleigh. I mean, even make it where it's like, maybe what it should have said was, okay, you rest this character, reveal 2 event cards, and then you may attach 2 rested Dawn cards to your leader, and then have it say, and if your leader is Rayleigh, you can attach it to a character. I worded that in a terrible way. You understand what I'm trying to say, though. Have some type of stipulation, or maybe just make it saying, you know, if your leader is Rayleigh, you know, you can attach... Do the activate main effects to a character or a leader. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of them locking this to the leader alone. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because I'll tell you what, guys, this is definitely not a broken card. Like, when you see a card like this, I mean, I don't think this card screams broken to anyone. Not that it's a bad card, but at this rate, I almost feel like it should have been a 2k counter, like some type of utility 2k counter, because then it could have at least been like, even at that point, make it a 1-cost 1k, you're probably not swinging with this card. Yes, you can combo with Makino. I understand. Okay, I get it. I understand. But you're probably not swinging with this card. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But I almost feel like this would have been better as a 1-cost, 1,000 power card with a 2k counter that made it where it's like activate main, rest this, and give your Rayleigh some rested Dawn. But I don't know. You guys tell me what y'all think about this one in the comment section below. So we've pretty much seen most, if not all, of Rayleigh's support coming out in OP12. And I'm not blown away by it. That's how we're going to say it. I'm not blown away by the Rayleigh support, I have to say. Not that it's bad. I'm not saying the support's bad. I just wish it was a little bit better. I wish it was a little bit better. But we'll see what happens. Okay, and I think that's it. Yep, so that's the final screen there. Now let's just do a quick little recap, guys. We're going to go through these one more time. I'm going to tell you guys what I think about them. So, first up, Ipponmatsu here. I think this card's just a solid little blocker. Nothing too crazy. It's probably going to fit right in at home with some type of Zoro deck. And it's going to be a nice blocker later in the game against green and purple decks that are trying to rest down your blockers. Good stuff here. Gyukimaru. This card actually seemed kind of cracked to me. The fact that it's a 4-cost 5k with a 1k counter. And then if this character's active, it can't be KO'd. And then when you attack, you can rest down a 6 or less just by having 3 attached Dawn. And it's a slash character, so yep, I attach 3 Dawn to my leader, and then I attack with this card first to rest down a 6 cost or lower, a 6 cost, an original cost of 6 or lower character, tap that down, and then, with my leader, I can smash it whatever I need to. Seems really good. I think this card's going to be really solid in the new Zoro. Sakazuki, incredible. I should have been zooming in on these for y'all. My apologies, guys. This new Sakazuki seems really, really good. It's a 7-cost 8k with on play if your leader's Navy, draw 2. That alone would have made the card worth playing. This is yet another card we're going to be able to play out with Garp, the new 8-cost Garp. That's right, guys. We're going to be able to play out this card, the 6-cost Kuzan, the 8-cost Aramaki. Guys, Kuzan looks so good. I cannot wait to mess around with that. And then activate main. Once per turn, discard a card from your hand, and then give up one of your rested Dawn to one of your leaders or characters. You're just going to be able to keep getting value from this in Kuzan. This looks awesome. Looks really, really good. I cannot wait to mess around with Blue Kuzan after seeing today's cards, guys, I have to say. Concasser, this card I did have a little bit of an issue with. I wish for it having the condition. I do wish it could have given plus 3,000 to characters or leaders instead of it just being plus 4,000 to a leader alone. But I understand what they're going for. I just, I guess I'm just spoiled, guys. I'm a little bit picky with this one. And then if your leader Sanji draw a card, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm going to say one more thing about this card and we'll move on from it, guys. I know this is just supposed to be a quick recap, but I have to say one more thing. I almost wish, because of how this was, I wish it didn't say if your leader is Sanji, draw a card. Just let it be a 1-cost cycle. And I know some people are probably going to say, yeah, but what about Nami? Yeah, maybe that's what they were scared of, was using this in Nami. Instead, then, maybe they should have said, if your leader is not Nami, draw 1 card. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, okay. Next up, Charlotte Pudding. This one, it just looks really solid, guys. This is going to be good for Blue-Purple Sanji. Sengoku, this looks incredible. Like I said, I cannot wait to play with the Blue Navy stuff. Drawing cards like this is going to be crazy. Top 5 search, draw 2 for discarding a card in Kuzan. Draw 2, trash 1, draw 1. Seems good to me. And it's not even just like a draw 2. It's a top 5 search, draw the 2 Navy cards you want. Yeah, seems pretty good. This Bonney, I think in Eustace Kid, looks amazing. Looks absolutely amazing in Eustace Kid. Might see some play in Green Yellow Law. We'll have to see what happens. There might not be enough room for that, but who knows. This Sora, again, very good support for Blue Purple Sanji. This Bello Betty, I'm kind of confused on what they're going for here. I'd rather buff my own characters, but trashing 2 cards, that's never a bad thing on a 2k counter with a decent stat line. Seems good. This Ivankov, I think will go very, very crazy in any deck that you want to run this in if you run the proper events to go along with it. And a 6-cost 7k, 1k counter with blocker potentially. On KO upside as well. On KO insurance, we'll take it. Lindbergh, just a great card all around, but super good in Revo Army. Hina, just a good 2k counter, but in Kuzan, excellent. Hack, this card just seems good. And this card seems really good in any kind of black Revo Army leader. I know there's only 2 right now, red, black, Sabo, and black, yellow, koala, but it's going to fit in those just fine. Borsalino, more solid Navy support. And then the Hatchan. Not the best Rayleigh support, but we'll still call it Rayleigh support. Okay. That's about it, guys. That is about it. What did you guys think about these spoilers today? What do y'all think about OP12? Please tell me y'all's thoughts on OP12 in general. Are y'all as excited for OP12 as I am? Like I was joking about earlier in the video, I wish we could just time skip past OP11. Just let us go past OP11. Let us get straight to OP12. Catch us up, Bandai. Catch us up now. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people wouldn't be happy with that either because they want to be able to at least enjoy OP11 for a little bit, play around with Blue Purple Luffy and all that good stuff. But you guys know how it is. You guys know how I feel about us being behind in the East. I cannot wait for them to catch us. Or I can't. You guys know how I feel about being behind in the West. I cannot wait for them to catch us up to the East. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm done yapping. Tell me what y'all thought in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Hey, let me put up the outro on here. There we go. Guys, if you're supporting my page in any way, shape, or form, whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, using my TCG Player affiliate link, donating on Patreon or PayPal, if you're a Playmat supporter, a YouTube member on the Discord, part of that community, thank you guys so much for all the support you guys give me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. And yeah, keeping the channel going, keeping the dream alive. I really appreciate you guys. All right, I'm done. Till next time, guys. Peace.